You're always up here, right? So it's Shadow 4 and BC. Looks like, what is that, Platinum? I would assume roughly 2,500 game across the board. This ad block? Yeah, I don't watch those fucking ads. Let's skip into the good parts. Oh, there's this trap. Not a bad trap spot. Pow, pow, pow. Let's just skip a little bit ahead. Here we go. So let me just look at this trap. Yeah, that's a fine trap. That's fine. Alright, so just because I'm a Junkrat, I can just... I usually don't go into very detailed stuff like this, but... The only thing I don't like about this trap is that you can trap a little bit early on the bottom side of the stairs, and what this does is it just gives you an earlier warning if they're going upstairs or if they're going down. Because that's actually one of the most useful parts about trap. The Sombra went to your right. I don't know if anyone else heard that. I don't know if you have a Sombra, but yeah, that sounded like a Sombra just teleported to your right. Yeah, the Sombra's over there again. You just walked out, didn't you? Oh wow, you stayed alive somehow. Doesn't that suck? This sucks so bad that they retain full control after getting hit. Alright, you have the Sombra. So something you need to... way back here, actually. If it's just a Pharah flanking you, then you can just... I wouldn't even worry about her. I would shell the choke point. Right, this is one person. If you can kill the 4 people over here, maybe 5 if Mercy's over there and not with her, then you can get a lot more done. But this also looks like it's PS4 or Xbox. Whatever holds square. What is square? Is that PS4? Typical Mercy behavior, pulling out the pistol. And it looks like they're all alive, so this is gonna be... I actually wouldn't take this point at this point. Yep.
Soldier 76 reporting for duty.
They're taking the point. Time to blow it.
Okay. This isn't a bad spot to siege from, or attack from, or defend from. This is actually one of the more important positions on Streets Phase Point 2, for me, personally. If I'm defending, I like to defend this area, and if I'm attacking, I like to take it. This is a very useful corner. It's also what I call the greedy corner, meaning that it'll get me closer to the enemy. You can call it the near corner, or like, yeah, I call it like the greedy corner. Because it has more risk to it, but more reward. Maybe I should explain that a little bit more. So on this map, we have the streets phase. Let's say right here is this corner. Right, and it goes like this. Here's that building. There's a door there, and there's like a door there. Goes around. Here's that other building. Like so. Goes right there. Yep, that's where the other one's at. Little area right here you can get up to, and then pop. Like so. So I consider this the greedy corner, and this is the far one. Essentially, when taking a corner, I And I noticed this when so I did finish the grand finals for Apex Season 2. I finished all 7 rounds of that shit. And one of the things I want to go over in that is this point in itself. That, well, this corner here seems... It's greedy, right? Because if you're here, they can all easily attack you. Because up here is that high ground, right? Not that big, but, you know, you get the picture. Everyone, when they're holding this corner, they have very easy access to shoot you. It's quite greedy to be in here. The far corner, what makes it better is that as the DPSers move this way, they slowly cut off an angle. Use pink. Right? So as they move forward, they start slowly choking off this angle until they can get over here. And then from there, they'll come in this way. This takes a lot longer, but it's a lot safer. This is shorter, but it's a hell of a lot greedier, and it's a hell of a lot more dangerous. But from here, like, as any class, but Junkrat specifically, you got Tire right around the corner. Once you get up here, if this area, if the high ground is available, then you can really wreak some havoc up here. In fact, if you're any DPS class and you get the high ground, you have a significant advantage. Over here, you're on equal terms, but you can get all the way around them. But again, they're going to see you cross the main path first. So it's kind of like, this is going to be seen, while this route, you go up here, is going to be hidden. The problem is, if you get seen there, you're going to die. Swoog, I'm just doing normal reviews today. I'll do priority... I only got one priority review, and I'll do it first tomorrow. I just had these 8 reviews lined up today. Unnecessary greedy. You didn't need to push up at all. Even if you did land that jump, back here's safer. For this exact reason. It only took him a couple seconds to get to a ground close enough to threaten you. Oh, I mean, this is incredibly safe, but yes, this works. So, funny thing. So you saw the Zarya put up her bubble, and you stopped shooting. Believe it or not, you can keep shooting and it wouldn't hit her. Because it would have been like, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Like, maybe one shot would have hit her. You're actually at the distance where your projectile speed, this is one of the things why it doesn't matter if I don't care about Zarya bubbles, is it's up to her to get hit. By the time she activates bubble, you've already shot 2 shots and she already hit both of them. If you see her activate bubble, it doesn't help you because it takes 2 seconds for the shot to get to her. So at this range, it doesn't matter. And the trap could definitely go on the low ground. I mean, you were safe up there. You could have just escaped. You didn't really need a suicide in the point. There you go. Good job on that one. All right, there's enough dead that and I don't hear anyone, so you can definitely take peeks around the corner. Be careful going this far over, just because you do have you got a Reinhardt, so it's okay.
My ultimate is ready. Roger.
I think your trap can be repurposed already. I think it's still on the high ground. Actually, it's still on the high ground. You could definitely you would know if anyone's coming on the high ground. A little early on this, but it works. And still a little aggressive. In fact, it was very aggressive. Remember, you suffer no fall-off damage. That doesn't mean you can be super far back, but you want to be safe, right? You have that luxury as Junkrat. Now, you do need to work on prediction ability as you get farther and farther back, but it's not so much about prediction, it's about knowing where people want to go, if that makes sense. I know people want to say that's prediction, but I consider them two different skills. So you can set up your trap. Corners are nice. This corner works. This corner works. Corners on the payload itself work as well. Yeah. I would actually consider this part of the payload aggressive. I'd rather be on this side and bouncing it off the tower, or giving them very slow rollers, like shooting it on the ground right here. Well, not here. If you're over on this side, I would shoot grenades on the ground so they'd blow up here. But I would get on the other side of the payload. This is incredibly aggressive, greedy positioning. Yep. Yeah. So, just as I said, so we'll draw the corner again. And then there's the building right here. It's on this way. With the payload right here, draw that correctly. Remember, this is the far side for them, and this is the near side. That means it's the inverse is true for defense. This is this is the near side, and this is the far side. But the far side's actually, this is the greedy side. This is the safe side. That's the greedy side. That's the safe one. DPS, as a Junkrat, I usually stick on the safe side. Why is that? Because if they attack here, like they did on you, they're already cutting off your space. Your space, you should feel bad here. If they just charge forward, then your escape route's gone. You'd have to do something drastic, like full retreat back and go all the way around. Either come here or go through the room, which can be risky. Or you try to back out this way through the high ground. Either way, there's like 4 or 5 seconds that you're not doing anything because you're retreating. Yeah, I would never defend on the far side. Even if I played McCree or anything like that, I would never defend far side. Just simply because the 2 seconds that this distance right here takes to travel, you're going to die. You're at a loss already. You need this corner to protect you right here, right now. Yeah, that's just Overwatch advice. Do councils have aim assist? I don't believe so. Bro, question about taking the balcony that overlooks the enemy team at that corner. You mean on offense or defense? What rank is this game? This is a 2500 or so. So he's platinum. DRKSDE, dark side, we'll call him. Yeah. Throw it right at your feet? Yeah. If you're threatened, just throw the remote mine at your feet and get out of there. If he's on you, then he takes damage. He actually glows in the dark with that? That's a little bit of a disadvantage, I'd say. Desperate times. With Reinhardt, I would just put it into his feet. I'd make him hug the tire and kill him. That's it. No? Oh, that's it. So yeah, so this is the thing. People would they would look at this last point and they're like, "Oh, what'd you do wrong here?" The truth is the mistake you made was on this first corner by being greedy. You were on the far side. That's all it takes is for one death to make you lose the game. The balcony next to the choke where the payload is at. Do you mean like holding it on defense, or do you mean taking it as offense. Skip right ahead. So now he's on Zenyatta. Zenyatta offense. Because on that last point, I hold that high ground extremely valuable. Both on offense and defense. In fact, I make it my priority to either hold that or to take it. That's just... This is just poor positioning. Again, near side, far side. You all, as if you're not a tank, don't even take the near side. Always take the saber route.
Repetition is the path to mastery. Taking the objective! Join me in glory! I am on fire!
Alright.
I am cancer.
Prioritize the tank. I know it doesn't matter because nothing's happening, but tanks are the life and blood of the team. They're the guys that hold the area. And again, you kind of needed to keep line of sight. When did the healing orb drop off of him? Yeah, see, you needed to keep it on your Reinhardt. Okay, I mean, this is fine play. That happens. And your team punishes everyone that was overcommitted. So yeah, the Roadhog and the McCree, while they did dive a bit to get you, they dove, right? And any kind of dive is punishable if their whole team's not there to support them. Yeah, I mean, that was like a 2v4. So you guys easily took them. Okay. That's not bad. As fast as this is going, like, it's not terrible. Yeah, see, okay. Oh! So very quickly, I guess it should be noted that the far side can become dangerous at times, and the near side can become safer. So right here, you're vulnerable to more fire, and as a support, you kind of prioritize helping this guy up over hurting these people back here. If you're right here, the angle's cut off, right? And you can prioritize this, you can deal with this target. And that means healing this guy and trying to discord this guy. This has less to do with far side, near side than it does with cutting off the angle so that you only look at the target you care about. There's something to be said for removing all variables. So if you stood over here, I mean, the Zenyatta can hit you, but the person that was right around this corner cannot. And this Reinhardt obviously can't hit you, he's just not even in range. So it blinds you to all these other threats, and it puts the one thing you really care about, both offense and defensively, in front of you. But yeah, so see, like right here, this is the safe side. Just because everyone else, no, you don't have to deal with anyone, just this guy. So it would have been okay to be here. Yep. So it goes to show you can die on any side. That's why they're just kind of general ideas. Why is the greedy side for attackers closer to the spawn? It doesn't have anything to do with the spawn. It has to do with where they're going to hold from. This side is safer because I can sit here and attack anyone that's like coming into the choke. If I'm over here, if they're fast enough and they speed boost in, they separate me from my escape routes. And I have to take a very long escape route up and over. If they don't just kill me flat out. It has to do with where the rest of your team is at and where they want to position themselves. We got a lever. Hopefully this will get fixed. Looks like it does. Great. We may just stopping by for a moment. Sorry, I can't say it. No problem, man. Honestly, it's on review night. I expect a lot lower numbers. So, alright, good. You're grouping up. You're just waiting for your team. Yeah, it looks like no one else is shooting into the shield. This is tough. Alright, you got a good kill there. I just don't see your DPS classes. This is incredibly difficult for... Just incredibly difficult for Zenyatta to, like, 1v6 someone. Oh, your DP classes are... They're upstairs. Alright, there they go. Now they got ult, so now they're committing. You survive this, immediately ult. You don't. You had the numbers advantage from... Okay, see, and this is the problem. Careful, don't be so reactive to just automatically use your ult. Watch the kill feed, and you guys had quite the numbers advantage. I mean, you guys still won, but... yeah, if you got the numbers advantage, see if you can hold off and not using your ult. It's nice to hold the point, but man, being greedy every now and then pays off. You're dead.
Timing's overrated.
Let's see how this next attack goes. I mean, you still got like a minute and a half before you break even with the other team. Alright, there you go. Yeah. Good reload. You just gotta be quicker on that Discord. Ults go off. Probably okay. Damn. That sucks. You almost saved the Reinhardt. Yeah, it's time to get out. It wasn't a bad idea. You're just a smidge. You were just a smidge too late, which happens. People try to time things perfectly, and then you end up just fucking up because it was a second late. But that happens even in actually, it happens more at the higher levels than the lower levels. Believe it or not. It's the 4K MMR people. It's the grandmasters and the pros that try to like min-max to the extreme, and they end up losing because of it. It's usually just favorable to play. Just use the skill like 2 seconds early, than 1 second late. Don't commit on this guy. You wanna... Yeah, you wanna commit with your team. If he commits on you, that's good. Okay, yeah. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. Dessert Punk, is this your video? Okay, it's not your gameplay. Okay, I thought that. Okay, so you guys got one attack. And you decide to pull out the Secret Bastion. Oh shit, boys. How's the Secret Bastion going to play out? It could work out beautifully. It could work out terribly. Bastion should have enough time to set up, and here he is. Oh yeah, Bastion doing Bastion stuff. Alright, alright, this is actually working. But a Reaper in your backline's got your Diva. Should switch it to the Reinhardt, the healing. I can hear a Pharaoh to your left. Is that your own or is that the enemy's? Damn. Okay. I know you felt threatened to go on the point immediately because, like, your team wasn't there. But it's 100% better for you to stay on the high ground and not just jump on that.
Escort the payload. I'm moving the payload.
So now it's just... Oh, they got a teleporter? Honestly, it's that Reaper's right above you, yeah. He's gonna ult. Or he's gonna fall early. So even though they have a teleporter, it's not the walking that gets you in overtime. It's... I mean, the walking time doesn't help, but it's definitely the 2 to 3 seconds added for overtime. Just giving you away free kills. This is probably the worst feeling in the world. Bastion, Reinhardt on a payload in overtime.
My ultimate ability is ready.
Shooting maze walls gives her ult charge? No. There's no way shooting May wall gives you her ult charge. Because then you would always throw up a wall to block D.Va's ult, and it would do 600 damage to every single pillar. Suicidal Rat? That was interesting. Shooting's May wall never gave ult charge. Buildings are completely different. Because even before, when buildings used to give ult charge, May's wall didn't. Because I think it acts like a... it's pretty much a shield. Uh-oh. You're gonna be the hero, the tire everyone needs. Oh, they flunk. They flunked! Honestly, at this point, it doesn't matter. Getting this far in 1 minute of overtime, pretty good. There's actually like nothing really to correct on that one. Overtime really sucks.
30 seconds.
So in defense, you're playing Junkrat again. I assume your trap is at the same place, which I would receive the same critique. Maybe a little bit more forward to give you a better indication of which route they're taking. Oh, now you know. Yep, perfect. You probably want to just throw your trap out just because, you know, 10 seconds. I wouldn't bother fucking with the Pharah. Stay on the choke point. Where are you going? Alright, this isn't a terrible idea. Normally I wouldn't do this. Okay, now this is... There you go. Oh no, get the fuck out. The health pack, yep. Peek this way. See what's going on this way, because your team's coming from this way. This is how reinforcements are coming in. Now, normally I would trap and shoot to the left, because I would remove the reinforcements from the fight. Getting a little bit too close. Way too close. Punch that dead body. And your trap can still be changed to the left. Yeah, so you got it. Pow! Wait, did you get play of the game? Nope. Nope, didn't get play of the game, we don't care. Gotcha. Pow! So here we go. The old triangle. Shooting Mei wall gives her fire, but on fire doesn't fucking matter. Right. So, I will say this, action-wise, it seems like you just hold down the button when shooting. Too much hold, or I should just say, try to have thought in all shots. Zenyatta, like, you just held down the button. You also never use this secondary, which I guess is good if you're peeking, or you're dealing with someone that's peeking a lot. I don't think you ever actually dealt with that too much in your games. I would also say, yeah, with Junkrat as well, it just seems like you either shoot 5 shots or you didn't shoot any. You definitely held down the button too long. It's okay to add a little bit of time in between each shot if you're putting thought and you're concentrating on where you're shooting, right? Increase your accuracy. Way more than just throwing out more bullets. As for your position, we briefly talked about that. You like to take the dangerous side of things. And I know it seems like as little of a detail as staying on the other side of the payload was. You were over here. You could have been over here. Like, this is a huge detail. As you get higher and higher SR, you're going to die all the time over here. It's just bad positioning. It's greedy. Very greedy. And it gets you not much. In fact, it's like the worst type of greed. You risk more and you get less. It's like inverse greedy. I don't know what to say it. But don't do that. I want to say closer to tanks. I'll just use that as part of my T. Get closer to tanks. And confirm escape route. I guess I don't talk about this much on stream, but I always have a way out. As you people have noticed, I'm like I'm very ratty. Like, I do everything I can to stay alive. And there's some points where everyone will say, like, he should have died. He should keep diving, and I'm very good at scrambling. That's because I always have a way out. I'm always trying to think 2 or 3 ways to get out of a situation. Because I only have, like, there's only one thing I need to do in a situation, but I need 3 ways out. It wasn't that Zen was in front of Ryan, he was just to the side of him. But it wasn't even to the side of him. It was the fact that he was too far away from his escape route. His escape route was either 1 second backwards, where people can still shoot forward and kill him, or it was like 2 seconds to the left, where people can shoot and kill him. He needed to be over here and not over here. It doesn't matter if your Reinhardt's here, because your Reinhardt needs... Like, everyone needs a quick escape route. Like, Reinhardt's just going to back out this way, and you have to back out all over this way. It's too far. What rank was this game? It was 2,500. It was, we'll just say it was 2,500 even. The enemy team was 2,500, the even, or the... the even team. The enemy team was 2,500, and the allied team was, placement match, but I'm assuming it's 2,500. This position actually ties into logistics with having an escape route. Essentially, you need a position, you need a fallback position, and a fallback route. And Junkrat, you were holding... On Junkrat, it feels like you're playing too far back, and you were just kind of shooting at random spots. Not even high traffic areas. And also, when shooting at high traffic areas, try to shoot to make sure the grenade stays in that high traffic area as long as possible. So that means when you're on the high ground on point 2 Nambani, like there's the bus. That's a terrible bus. The payload was coming this way and then this way. Like, you kept on shooting directly at people. And, like, maybe it would go out this way and then it would bounce this way. Like, if you bounce it here so the grenade stays in there, I mean, a straight shot is going to bounce it right here. It's going to just... the grenades are going to stick in this high traffic area for as long as possible. But yeah, you definitely held the high ground. The Junkrat play wasn't that stellar. You were shooting at people and not where they were going to go. You weren't giving them the 2-second lead time that, you know, that the class is indicative of. As far as information, I think you're doing fine. I don't think you're like, there wasn't any gross misinformation things. Like, you were just trying to play as best you could wherever you were. The problem was maybe the information part is just how greedy you were at some points in time, and how passive you were at others. You actually didn't have any issues in the middle ground. You were either very far left or very far right in most situations. And as for your Junkrat, you were very very passive for a lot of the points. Let me just actually pull that back up. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah. You have to put these in Ryan's stomach. I mean, you killed the Zenyatta, but...
Heroes never die.
These are good shots. I see you shooting here, but you're just going to hit the payload. You need to... This is the area you're looking for. The sides of the payloads. Or the back of it. Most importantly, you want this. You want this choke point.
Timing's overrated.
You want this choke point to be fucking hell for anyone to get through. You heard the Pharah die and you saw her die in the top right. Yep, so yeah, keep on. I would actually shoot a little bit lower. So I'd shoot lower so the grenades occupy this space for the longest period of time. And if not there, I would shoot actually way over here on this to bank shots back this way. You're kind of do halfsies, right? They're not really going anywhere good. I already told you about this spot. Yeah, so you're too far back here. For that second point, you were definitely too far back. Yeah, you're just kind of nothing to do here. On this point, again, you're actually here on the greedy side. Now you're too greedy instead of being too passive. And it's not like these positions don't work, but these are general rules I'm throwing at you. You have to remember that.
Heroes never die.
Yeah, just very, very timid play on the Junkrat. Yeah, I think that actually is it. If I had to work on one thing for you... Aquarius Creature, I don't think I've ever asked you, but as you're on topic of doing a review anyway, can you review one of my games? You have to throw it in the queue system. You will be number 56, because there's 55 videos in the queue. Unless you spend Chromium to escalate it. But for you on Zenyatta, man, it comes down to positioning. A big part of Overwatch has to deal with corners. If you're not going through a choke point, you're going around a corner. Understanding corners are extremely important. This is about... This right here, this what diagram I drew, these 4 lines. This is like 50 to 60% of Overwatch. You need to have a strong corner game. You have to understand the far side, what it gives you, what it doesn't give you, and the near side, what it doesn't give you and what it does give you. Stick to the far side when attacking, when pushing through. That way, you get a very... You can slowly expose yourself to new threats. Right? Every time you go farther, you can get more and more and more. Whoops. This you kind of just... Because this area is so short, you kind of immediately expose yourself to all threats at once. Which is dangerous, right? You don't know what's around the corner. So there could be a, a headshot around the corner. There could be some grenades around the corner. It's very greedy. But you do get access to an immediate shot. Also the closest shot. So if you have any abilities that are projectiles, not hit scan, it's also closer than the far side, so you have naturally higher accuracy. But yeah, just be careful. Usually tanks will take this area because they want to put up a shield and they want to defend things right away. And as that happens, defense can go this way. Normally in Overwatch, there is a second route to across the flank that you can take that's safer. But you have to cross it. One instance that I'm thinking of is Route 66.3. So on Route 66, they got this like high ground area. There's the boxes here. There's that doorway that goes back to the spawn room. Right? Here's the path for the payload. The big square thing here. There's another square thing here with a room with a health pack. Right, there's the doorway, and then you can go all the way around up the staircase, on top to where the platforms are. Right? More or less, this is how it looks. It's not pretty, but it works that way. So the tanks want to come up this way, and the DPSers, they either want to go this way if they're like a Widow or something like a very far hit scan. But most projectile classes and most flankers, they will stay behind the tank, see what's up, and then they will usually go this way. And what this does is when then you start attacking the next point, like when the tank starts pushing forward, like again, she can come this way, and then the other flankers can come this way, and you just have a very broad approach to the map. Rather than putting all of your guys right here and approaching one direction. Yeah, so understand corners. This is how Numbani Streets phase works. I'm trying to think. Route 66.1, it works this way, but it's opposite. Right, Route 66 does corners like this. They got the rock here with the health pack here. You go across it, and then you can get this way. This happens on Dorado, I think first and third points. It happens everywhere. This is one of the fundamentals of map design in Overwatch. It's just something you have to recognize through playing a lot. Choke points, high ground, corners. These are the things you have to look on. Yeah. Yeah, work on your corner game. That's what I want you to work on. Because corner game's fucking important. Super important.